concerning Fukushima, Japan wanting to dump the radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean. I don't know what's happening to the other Asian countries, but China, of course, is against this and retaliating over the Fukushima water dump and blocks seafood imports as nobody wants to be eating radioactive salmon and other fish. As we know, Asians love eating a lot of fish, and this is, of course, going to stop them from doing so. Tyler Durden Zero Hedge reports. In July, the UN nuclear watchdog gave Japan the green light. Couldn't you believe that? To dump treated radioactive water from the crippled Fukushima plant into the Pacific Ocean. Now the world braces for the first release of radioactive water on Thursday. What could possibly go wrong? Tokyo Electric Power Company, known as TEPCO, will begin discharging 1.34 million tons of radioactive water that has accumulated since the 2011 tsunami destroying the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. It's part of a $150 billion cleanup effort after the worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl in Ukraine. On Tuesday, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida cleared TEPCO for the Thursday release at a meeting of cabinet ministers. Kishida said at the meeting that the release of the water is essential for the progress of the plant decommissioning and Fukushima Prefecture's recovery from March 11, 2011 disaster. He said the government has done everything for now to ensure the safety, combat the reputational damage of the fisheries, and to provide transparent scientific explanation to gain understanding in and outside the country. He pledged that the government will continue the effort until the end of the release and decommissioning, which will take decades, according to Bloomberg. So does that mean that we're going to have years of this releasing of radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean? God forbid. The discharge of radioactive water will be released over 3 decades, he said, and has been filtered and diluted, but that has not stopped China and Hong Kong, some of the largest buyers of Japanese seafood exports, from issuing warnings about bans on seafood imports from 10 prefectures if the dump begins. And I agree with them. Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee stated this week that he had immediately instructed trade officials to impose import control measures to protect Hong Kong's food safety and public health. The Japanese government insists on discharging nuclear wastewater into the sea. This unprecedented decision and practice of discharging a large amount of nuclear waste over 30 years, regardless of the inextricable risks to food safety and reversible pollution and damage to the marine environment, is an irresponsible imposition to others, Lee wrote. And of course, and why did the UN give them the green light? In July, Hong Kong banned seafood imports from Japanese region of Tokyo, Fukushima, Chiba, Tochigi, Ibaraki, Gunma, Miyagi, Niigata, Nagano, and Saitama. Hong Kong is Japan's second largest market after mainland China for seafood exports. Reuters spoke with Halri Yu, 42, owner of the Japanese restaurant Hassan in Hong Kong, who said more than 90% of seafood sent to the city is from Tokyo, and he warned, if they ban imports that come via Tokyo, I think all sushi restaurants in Hong Kong will be in trouble. There are some seafood supplies from Osaka, but the variety is limited, he said. Meanwhile, Hu Jing, former editor-in-chief of Chinese state-run Global Times, posted a model of the radioactive water being released that could pollute China and the US in 3 years and pollute the whole world in 10 years. He asked, anyone want to eat radioactive salmon? Of course not. Oddly enough, there has not been a peep about this clear and present ocean disaster from either the original Greta or her new and improved versions for mass consumption replacement, Sophia Kiani. Both social media teams of Kiani and Greta are either bashing oil companies this week or promoting the world is burning. Still nothing on Japan and the Fukushima radioactive water release. And amidst the climate alarmist, Greta and her upgraded version Kiani, touted as Greta 2.0, seemed strangely silent on Japan's attempt to destroy the oceans with radioactive water. The conspicuous absence of outrage and coverage makes some realize these kids are just puppets, something we've known all along, in which they promote nonsense climate news to distract from real disasters. And this is on 0H by Tyler Durden. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.